You land, pull out your phone, tap a button, and a sleek car arrives exactly at the pin. It is tempting to assume that algorithmic convenience travels with you, seamlessly blanketing your entire Peruvian itinerary, from Lima to the Sacred Valley. But the data paints a very different picture. Uber's official network in Peru is restricted to exactly 6 cities. Outside those borders, the platform simply stops. Relying strictly on your hometown app creates immediate blind spots. You risk getting stranded at regional airports, engaging with unvetted street touts, or triggering missed connections. Surviving the transit landscape here requires dropping brand loyalty. Instead, you have to adopt a strictly geographical, multi-tiered approach to getting around. We can map this approach by dividing the country into 3 distinct transit zones: the airport, major city hubs, and rural eco-corridors. In major city hubs like Lima and Callao, app saturation is high. The digital platforms function roughly as you'd expect, with high driver density and reliable mobile data keeping the algorithms moving. But move to secondary hubs like Arequipa or Cusco, and that coverage fragments. The urban layout gets complex, peak hour congestion spikes, and the pool of available drivers drops. You also hit the reality of what locals call cash culture. Even inside digital ecosystems, paying with physical soles, the local currency, is the default outside of the tourist districts. Travel success depends on matching a specific app's capability to the geographic zone you are standing in. When you do open an app in Peru, you are choosing between 2 entirely distinct pricing models. This table breaks down the 4 major players across 3 categories: their pricing model, their geographic reach, and their English language ergonomics. Uber and Cabify offer algorithmic predictability. You get upfront estimates and native English interfaces, alongside robust safety features like trip sharing. But their footprint is narrow, and you are subjected to high-demand dynamic pricing. On the flip side, inDrive and DiDi offer geographic flexibility. inDrive operates in over 21 Peruvian cities. Both bypass algorithmic surge pricing by using a peer-to-peer model where you name your own price and drivers counteroffer. But this peer-to-peer structure shifts the mental workload onto you. To bid accurately, you need a baseline intuition for local fares and the ability to negotiate in Spanish. If you want to protect your budget and travel widely, you have to trade the automated convenience of a set price for the active burden of negotiating your fare. Nowhere is this trade-off more critical than arrivals at Jorge Chávez International Airport. You are fatigued, carrying luggage, holding foreign cash, and trying to navigate a dense crowd of transit options. While app platforms track your route and driver, the traditional yellow cabs outside rely on unmetered negotiation. In that environment, information asymmetry is the baseline, and you are at an immediate disadvantage. The most frequent failure mode happens right at pickup. You request a ride, the car arrives, and the driver asks you to cancel the trip in the app and pay them directly in cash. If you hit cancel, you instantly sever the platform's accountability. You lose GPS route monitoring, facial recognition verification, and access to emergency assistance features. To counter this, keep your communications strict and brief. Use short Spanish phrases to verify the vehicle, like, "Por favor, confirme la placa." Please confirm the license plate. Safety relies entirely on your discipline in keeping the transaction, the communication, and the payment strictly inside the platform's digital walls. As you move into rural corridors like the Amazon gateway of Iquitos, the logistics shift. Cell data drops out, and the geography is defined by rivers and trails, not car-centric grids. In places like the Sacred Valley, dispatching a city-based app driver creates what the industry calls deadheading. Deadheading occurs when a driver travels a long distance to a destination, but must return to their starting point without a paying passenger. This chart maps out your transit options in these remote regions, measuring reliability against environmental and local impact. Because of deadheading, solo app rides in rural zones suffer from massive driver cancellation rates. They score low on reliability and carry a high negative environmental footprint. By contrast, pre-booked local shuttles and colectivos, which are shared local vans, cluster in the highly positive top right quadrant. They guarantee your pickup and distribute the carbon footprint across multiple passengers. Lowering your footprint and ensuring you actually reach your lodge requires abandoning digital dispatch completely. Out here, scheduled, localized transport is the only logical choice. This decision tree provides a final mental checklist for your trip. The first question is always, are you in a major app city? If you are in a hub like Lima and prioritizing strict safety features and English interfaces, stick to Uber or Cabify. At the airport, bypass the apps entirely and use the official airport express bus. If you are highly price-sensitive and traveling through secondary cities, route toward inDrive or DiDi. Prepare small bills, review local rates, and actively compare driver bids. And if you are leaving the urban grid for the Sacred Valley or the Amazon, exit the app ecosystem entirely. Divert to pre-booked private transfers or shared colectivos to eliminate deadheading. Just factor in your gear. Colectivos are built for passengers, not massive trekking duffels, so pack light or book a dedicated van if you are carrying heavy equipment. Mastering Peruvian transit requires accurately reading the local infrastructure and selecting the specific tool built to handle it.